to another episode of the Whatever Buddy podcast. After an unintended 6-month hiatus, the fellas are back with episode 123. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. And with no further ado, Ryan and Johnny. It's been 6 months.
Holy crap, buddy.
We're back.
We back, baby.
We're back. I don't even know where we left off on episode wise. I think it was 123 or something.
We were at 122. This is 123. I'm going to put my hat on.
123. That's a good number. It's a division of 2. If you take the 1 and the 2, that's 3, and plus 3 is 6. Divide 6 by 2 is 3. So yeah, we got a division of 2 here.
Hey, run that by me again.
Okay.
Now that I have my hat on, now that I feel all prepared.
123 is a division of 2. In the way that you add the 1 and the 2 together, that's 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 is a division of 2. So bam, welcome back.
That's not real math, you know.
That's my math. It's real to me, bitch.
Look at this face.
I see that face. There's something wrong with
this. Look at this face. It's a good face. It's good to see you, man. Tell you what, if you're hearing my voice out there, friends of the podcast, sorry for our hiatus. It was not intentional, truthfully. I mean, a little bit of it was intentional. You were on tour, and it's annoying to do a podcast when you're on tour.
I guess the truth is coming out there because the intentional guy there to not do it because, I did have my microphone and computer with me on the road.
I mean, I'm not blaming you. I'm also not taking full onus of the
ownership.
I'm not taking all the responsibility,
Fair enough. We'll put the thesaurus away for the day and just roll.
Yeah. You put your math book away. I'll put my thesaurus away, and let's just chat, man.
Yeah, dude.
Let's just chat. I got a new guitar. That's a new guy right there. Look at that badass mofo. I don't know why I said that. I got that October-ish.
Wow.
Got me a Les Paul Custom, baby.
I was on tour from August 24th or August 26th to November 24th.
It's a long tour, dude. Is that a third of a year or quarter of a year?
13 weeks.
52 weeks in a year. 13 carry
this is 39 weeks.
Quarter of a year. 25% of the year you were in Europe.
Yeah, and wow, man. It was the longest tour I've ever done, and it was definitely. I'm very grateful, but exhausting. I came home. I was exhausted after that. I was exhausted.
So, question: I've never been on tour that long. That would have been my longest too.
Yeah.
When you're on tour, the first week is tiring, and you're kind of getting your bearings. And then you reach a point, I think you refer to it as tour mode, where you're just kind of autopilot. Like you get up, you understand what you have to get done today or whatever. And that makes time go pretty quick. So if you're on the road for a month, you have like kind of an adjustment week. And then you're like, holy shit, we're going home next week already. It's kind of like that sort of a thing. 3 months, explain.
It's the same thing that you're describing, except it being like, now granted, you get into tour mode fairly quickly, but you know how like when you do like say just like 6 weeks, the first 2 weeks are real slow, the second 2 weeks move along, and then the last 2 weeks fly by like they never even happened.
Yeah,
the same thing happened on that long one, where it was like the first 4 weeks seemed like the first month seemed like it was the longest month ever. The second month, you're in just complete road mode, where it's just like you're just going. You can't think about how much time is left, because if you do, you'll drive yourself nuts. There was a point where we were 8 weeks in, and I was like, I cannot believe we have 5 weeks left. When we hit the halfway mark, I remember being like, wow, that was only halfway. So
is it fair to say that the same rules apply as far as the adjustment, the coasting part, and the holy shit, we're going home next week? It's just longer.
Yeah. So it's like just longer.
you were tired for 2 weeks, or does it like you
Well,
have
the
like a week of
tiredness gets
tired and
it gets different because I even know that you're getting adjusted. I wasn't tired in those first 2 weeks. I didn't get
by the way,
tired
6 weeks
until
is the longest I've ever gone. Like the longest tour I ever did was 6 weeks
I
for
think
me.
6 weeks everybody should get a week off just to like
Yeah.
get your bearings together.
It's not
Um,
normal. It's not normal
we
like
did have
life.
9 days off in the middle of it. In what wasn't the middle? I guess it was 2 months in. We had 9 days off in Marseille, France, because our Italian shows had gotten canceled.
Well, how was
Um,
that? Did that feel that would like I would think that that comes at a time where you're like, oh man, not like that would make it long.
I'll say this: the first 5 days of that was killer because
Yeah.
like we just
When you
came off
finally
a
get a rest.
stretch. But then I think by the end of the 9 days might have been too long because you almost fell out of tour mode. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I was
Yeah.
living in a
A
hotel in
week and a, it's a
Marseille.
week and a half, dude.
Yeah, I was just like
Almost.
I was in a hotel room in Marseille, France for a week and a half. We went out one day into the center of town, and then every other day I walked to Burger King and back and sat in my room the whole fucking time.
You're in France. Why didn't you go live it up?
I mean, like living it up costs money, you know?
You only YOLO once, buddy.
Yeah, but I did. We went out the first 2 nights we were there. And then like after that, I mean, like, did I drink? Sure, but I just drank whatever was in the motorhome. Like, oh, a
I'm
bottle of
not
wine.
even
I'll just
saying
drink
I'm
this.
not saying go party. Like go do 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 stuff. Walk around. Like get out of the
Felipe did.
hotel.
Felipe took the motorhome and went to some like beach towns and stuff that were nearby.
He took your transportation and left you guys at the hotel.
Yeah, none of us really cared though. I mean, like, it really was a time that
Did you go to the
like
hotel pool?
there was no pool.
Ooh.
I'll just say that it was a
You could have made it easier on yourself, man.
I don't think anybody complained about having nothing to do. At this
Yeah.
point in time, we were on the road for 8 weeks with a constant have to be someplace.
Yeah, you
So
kind
to
of
be able
wanted
to
nothing to
stop
do.
and have
Yeah.
absolutely nothing to do but eat junk food all day was like kind of awesome for me. That would have been a good time to do a podcast. I was just sitting in the hotel room doing nothing.
It would have
Um,
given me something to do for an
but
hour.
to go back to your question, it was the same thing. The first 4 weeks seemed long. The second 4 weeks seemed like autopilot. And then once November 1st hit, before you knew it, I was on an airplane home. Like I
Yeah.
blinked my eyes and I was going home.
Yeah.
So it's interesting how that does work. And a tour of that length, you definitely cannot look at the calendar because if you start like being like, oh my God, we got another
Yeah, you
10
start counting
weeks.
down and it makes it God, that make it
Yeah,
worse. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, welcome back, even though you've
I've
been
been back.
belated
Yeah,
welcome
I've been back
back,
two
and
months now. 2 months on
con-
the yeah. No, I've been back 2 months.
congratulations. You did it. You did something. That's the
Well, you know
thing.
what? That was a thing.
You
That
did
was
something.
it was one of those tours that came back. You're like, I'm so grateful that we made it home alive. You know what I mean? When
Really?
you well, just because
Really?
when you're out that long, we played
You
45
die?
shows.
When you're out that long, you die.
Well, I mean, things you get tired along the way. Things get a little
When
bit
you're
more
out that
organic.
long,
you,
you
you,
might not
you,
come back.
you might not come back. I just know that like we were all grateful to like get on that airplane on the way back. It was fun though, and the tiring stuff, the tiring thing. The first time I ever felt really tired was when we did 11 straight shows in England in September. By the end of that, you could feel the exhaustion. And then we did 11 shows in 12 days in Spain in November at the end of the tour. So at the end of 3 months to play 11 shows in 12 days, and one of those days was 2 shows in one day. That was an exhaustion I've never felt
How
before.
many shows total?
45.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a
It was,
lot.
yeah.
You do
It
get to that point though. I am rusty. I'll tell you, because I don't know. Like, look at me. I'm fidgety. Like I'm leaning forward and I'm leaning back. I don't know what to do with my hands. It's kind of
That's weird.
weird.
I feel like, are we
Y-
talking? Like we're talking now? It's like people listening.
Yeah,
Like this is
yeah,
recording. It's been a while.
yeah.
Hello, everybody. I
We
do want
used
to
to.
say
We
Just
used to
say
do
hello.
this.
I know it's nice to be back. We might revamp this thing along the way. We're thinking about that. We've been talking about it. Maybe we'll do this thing
Let's
in
talk about it
person.
on the podcast.
Yeah.
Let's just brainstorm right here, right now.
We want to do this, or at least I want to do this in person. I think it would
Yeah.
be better. We live in the same city at this point in time.
Yeah. It's just for me easier doing it this way. I'm not saying it's better. I'm saying it's easier.
At least we got good backgrounds.
We got good backgrounds. I got an
good
expensive ass background. That's an expensive background. That's not so much.
Did you paint that, or is that wallpaper?
It's wallpaper. Way to give up my way to reveal
I'm
the
just
secrets.
curious. I wanted to know.
Way to reveal the secrets.
I wanted to know if you had street art talent in you.
Do you like it, or should I get new wallpaper?
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
There's a turtle somewhere on it. That's a turtle right here. Look at my. That's
Oh,
right
I see
there.
that. Yeah.
See
I see
his
it.
shell.
Yeah.
His face. He's got two little eyes.
Is
got
it
little
really
antennas.
supposed to be a turtle, or is that just what you found in it on acid?
I think whoever painted these shapes suggested things.
Why'd you say shapes with a lisp?
I didn't realize that I did. Also, what's wrong with a lisp? I'm answering your question. I think they suggested things because there's maybe they're letters, maybe it's a turtle. There's
It
several
looks like it
turtles.
says car with a K at the bottom there.
Yeah, there's suggested words. I don't know. I can
Where
change
did you
it.
find that?
I'm not giving away all of my secrets, man.
You mean you like that didn't come with the apartment? You like
Oh
actively
yeah,
bought
no,
that?
I put that there. It was just a white ass wall. What do you think apartment gave any kind of style? White walls everywhere. So that drives me crazy. I had to make it a little bit fancy. So I put a little bit of flair behind it. If you don't like it, I can change it. It wasn't expensive.
Dude, it's your house. You do what you want.
Yeah, maybe. You're talking about changing things up on the podcast, and then instead of
I'm
talking
hoping
about,
we do it in person and not.
you
not
started talking
continue
about
to do
my
this.
wallpaper. It made me think that you want me to stay here and do it here. I'm fine with that.
I was just simply asking if you had actually painted the art, or if somebody else painted the art and you just took their art and put it on your wall.
You made it sound like I stole something. I purchased wallpaper. Let's talk about something else.
We were talking about. I mentioned Neil Diamond, and you were like, you
Yeah.
had a topic about Neil, my man.
No, I didn't have a topic about you. You were talking about Neil Diamond, and it made me I've been so nostalgic lately, and I know exactly what triggered it. And triggered is the wrong word because I'm here for it. I love the nostalgia. And
Well, it could be a trigger if it like, for example, I had that moment this morning, and it made me emotional. So I would say that
Yeah.
would be a trigger, I guess.
Yeah. Well, what was tell the peeps about your Neil Diamond nostalgia moment.
Well,
and then
I
I'll
mean,
go into mine.
I just, I've lost my father in life, and I miss the guy. And I watched the Neil Diamond movie, The Jazz Singer. Great flick, great songs, great soundtrack. It's a remake of like a 1930s movie. That being said, that made me emotional because I saw that movie with my dad. But it made me nostalgic. But it was weird because the nostalgia made me go back to something that I guess you could say I was grieving over. So it just hit the wrong triggers. But nostalgia is great. I love nostalgia, man. I'd rather watch anything that's from my childhood than what's out today.
I enjoy, people talk about I tell you when you're in France, you should go out, whatever. I love staying in and just couching it at night. So there's that. But here's what I'm getting at. I chill on the couch, and not every night, but definitely a couple times a week. I have a neighbor. I've never seen this person. I don't know. I know they live here because, my balcony is above the guest parking lot. And at night, usually somewhere around 1 a.m, this person comes home. And when they come home, they have music on loudly, like in their car. And at first,
pretty inconsiderate.
It's inconsiderate. It's very inconsiderate. At first, I was annoyed. Now I'm going to say I love this person because
He was listening
it's
to your band.
that would make me. I would have gone if that was the case. I would have gone down there. I would have gone down there and said,
How'd you
"Hey,
get that?
cease and desist." No, so the first time I don't want to drag this out. I feel already like I'm making this longer than it needs to be. However, the first time it was loud and it was annoying and it was a song I didn't recognize and I was like, that person's rude. And then a couple of times later, they started playing like it's never the same. And like is what makes me think I like this person because they listen to a diverse spectrum of music. And then another time they had the Cranberries Zombie on and I was jamming with them, dude. I was like, this is a good song. I haven't heard this since like, I don't know, I was a kid, you know? And then, buddy, this neighbor won me over. The other night, they come pulling in at 1:30 in the freaking morning
What
with
Kiss song was on?
Kenny Loggins, Highway to the Danger Zone, jamming the Top Gun song. I know I'm happier than I should be about this. I can see from your face you don't give a shit. It's fine, but it sent me down. It sent me down the Kenny Loggins nostalgia rabbit hole. Is what I was trying to say.
Kenny Loggins' best song is in the Caddyshack soundtrack. I'm all right. I'm all right.
And guess what he followed that up with? Footloose.
Yeah. Footloose is great. I thought you were going to
Sing
say
it.
Footloose.
Sing it.
Footloose. Wow.
Well, your timing's terrible, but I'll try to keep it.
And then, not bad for a drummer.
And then guess who comes knocking? The biggest action movie of the decade. And they say, we need a song that people are going to be playing in apartment driveways at 1 a.m, 40 years later. 40 years? Yeah. That was an 80s movie.
Yeah, I don't know if it's quite. But I think, was it late 80s? I mean, it's coming. If it's not 40 years, it's damn close to it.
Regardless, the song's a banger.
Yep.
And when you listen to it, you're like, it is so 80s.
I kind of want to know when Top Gun was made now.
Yeah, look it up. It's all good. It's so 80s, dude. Kenny Loggins. Hell yeah, Kenny Loggins. Have you ever seen some of his album covers, dude?
No.
When you're done looking up what year Top Gun came out, I'm going to pull up Kenny Loggins' album covers, and you're going to enjoy it. I guarantee you're going to enjoy it.
1986. It is 40 years this
40
year.
years, probably this summer.
Yeah, well, let's find out exactly.
That seems like a movie of the summer.
It does seem like a movie of the summer. Let's see.
This is total bro science. Well, dude, I don't know.
You're not close. Get a little bit more. Get a little more specific.
May of 86. May of 86.
It is May of 86. Give me a date.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
May, Memorial Day weekend, the end of May. 20 something or other.
Yeah, 16. May 16th.
Close enough.
1986.
Close enough. I was halfway there.
What are we going to do on May 16th this year? We've got to have a 40th anniversary of Top Gun.
I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to listen to Kenny Loggins.
Have you seen the latest one, the follow-up one? I never saw it.
No, I never saw. I should watch it. And
I have no interest.
You know what? I'm going to give myself homework because if there's no Kenny Loggins music in that new Top Gun, I don't like it.
Well, can we find that out too?
He had another song on Top Gun called "Playing with the Boys."
Wait, hold on. Top Gun.
I thought that was a little bit weird. You could say stuff like that in the 80s, and it was like, yeah,
Top
cool.
Gun movie, 22.
Wow, that was 4 years ago already. Crazy.
Soundtrack. Danger Zone is in that movie. It also includes iconic tracks like Danger Zone by Kenny Loggins.
Yep. Guess what? I'm excited to watch it now. I don't want to talk about Top Gun. I want to continue talking about Kenny Loggins.
So there was more Kenny Loggins that you had that you wanted to talk about.
Oh, well, check it.
Oh, okay.
He's got the best album covers of all time. Humble yet accurate opinion. This guy. That's the best album cover. That's the best album cover of all time.
All right, for those who can't see it,
Kenny Loggins, keep the fire. He's holding an orb.
He's holding an orb while wearing a very nice, what do you call those things when you get out of the shower?
Jesus shirt.
No, it's a silk. It's like a
A
silk.
kimono.
Yeah, something like that.
It's kimono adjacent.
No, it's like a bathrobe. It's like a silk bathrobe, and he's
Yeah.
holding an orange glowing ball in the stratosphere.
That's the best album cover of all time. Fight me. It's the best album cover
Okay, but
of all time.
but here's the stuff that I want to know about this kind of stuff.
You want to see the second best album cover?
But real quick.
Yeah.
I want to know, when they're thinking of these ideas, the guy who goes, Kenny, I got the best idea for Keep the Fire. You're going to hold a ball of light and you're going to be standing in the galaxy. Somebody said that to him. Somebody had to come to him with that idea. I want to talk to that guy.
You know what I think?
What?
I don't know when that album came out. I could guess.
What's it called? What's it called?
Keep the Fire? Keep the Fire? Keep the Fire, yeah. I'm rusty, but dude, this is fun. I'm having fun.
1979, released October 1979.
You want to hear my logic? My logic? Star Wars.
Well, totally. Actually, it makes a lot of good logic. That came
Star
out in
Wars.
like 78?
76, 78, 81. Those three are in that ballpark, I think.
But I mean, to play devil's advocate, he could have, Jaws came out around the same time.
Jaws didn't have anything to do with the constellations and orbs.
No, it didn't. But he could have been half eaten, holding a tail of a shark, all sorts of cool stuff.
Hang on, I gotta pull that back up. It's the greatest album cover of all time.
Yeah, it's a good one.
You want? I'm gonna keep going.
Yeah, give me. You said you had one, but I like that one. And Loggins.
This is arguably the second greatest album.
Well, you just got to look at it and go the balls, right? How confident do you got to be to say, I want this to be my album cover? Because hey man, call me not as confident as Kenny Loggins, but I wouldn't feel comfortable with that album cover. I'd be like, oh God, look at my nose.
Is he responsible for the wind in your face, blowing your hair back look of the 80s?
Yeah, that's definitely an 80s cover, huh?
Oh yeah, dude. I don't even know. Let's see here. It's 82. High Adventure, 1982.
Wow. Good old Kenny Loggins. Is that your favorite one?
No, Keep the Fire is my favorite one. Keep the Fire. That's my favorite album cover of all time.
Could you pull them all up again and see if I can find another Kenny Loggins album cover that I like better?
Yeah. Absolutely, Johnny.
All right. Okay. So
I'll pull up any of these you want to see, my friend.
Under the Keep the Fire one, what is he doing in that? What's he doing in that one?
He's gardening. He's looking at his reflection. Here, let's open it.
That's weird. That one's weird.
It's not as good of an album cover. He's looking
with the horses in the background.
It's a unicorn.
And he's wearing that weird sweater.
And the reflection is him as a child.
And what's this one called?
Return to Pooh Corner.
Corner. Whoa, that's got to be fake, because that basically says return to the shit corner.
No, he's talking about Winnie the Pooh. I've heard that song.
Or he's talking about Pooh.
What's that? Christopher Robin or whatever? Winnie the Pooh, the boy that was friends with Winnie the Pooh. Christopher Robin.
No idea. Yeah, all right. I like it would have been better. It was just like a poop emoji.
Way to bring that to a screeching halt.
I should have put a poop emoji on that album cover.
Hey, welcome to Pooh Corner. Or return to Pooh Corner. Sorry.
And it's just a smiling Pooh emoji in the corner.
Yeah. Kenny Loggins.
Yeah.
The power of the Loggins compels me, baby.
Whoever knew he was such a stud.
He's a stud. He's a stud, dude.
So what have you been doing for 3 months, 6 months? I haven't
that's a loaded question.
I've seen you once. No, I've seen you twice.
I've seen you a bunch of times.
I think I've only seen you twice.
Johnny did a video with my band. To be continued.
To be continued. You
Yeah.
may or may not
D-
recognize me in it.
Dude, loaded question though. What have I done in the past 6 months?
We seriously
Um,
haven't had a podcast since July, and it's January. We went from
yeah.
one J month to the next J month.
Okay, so we're let's step back to July. We did a podcast. Last thing we talked about, R.I.P. Ozzy.
Oh wow, it's been that long since
August.
Ozzy died. It seemed like yesterday.
What happened in
They
August?
made a documentary about that. Very sad. Couldn't even watch it.
Yeah, it was very good, but it was very sad. It was
Couldn't
very
watch it.
good, but it was very
Yeah,
sad.
couldn't watch it.
August, not much. September, not much. October, I played Aftershock Festival in Sacramento with my band. November, I went home for Thanksgiving. December was Christmas. Here we are, 2026. Lightning fast year, 2025.
Dude, I can't believe it. Right? Like it's 2026. And the last time we did a podcast was halfway through 2025. Think about how quick that half a year just
You
went
know
by.
you know what happened to me getting ready for this podcast?
What's
I once again I was rusty, so I looked at some of my old notes. Like perhaps there was something that we hadn't talked about, and in on the on Stutters McGee over here on the July episode, I had a topic that we didn't talk about, and it was
I
albums
think we
turning.
need to get you a speech doctor. You got a lisp, you're stuttering, you got all sorts of shit happening.
Buddy,
Sorry.
I got it
Who's
all
picking on
together.
who now? I'm an asshole.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm
yeah,
sorry. I'm
yeah.
picking on you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I don't
I'm
like
sorry.
this role reversal, and you cut me off.
Yeah,
You
well,
cut me off.
I'm the interrupter. You forgot that. Did you forget
No,
this?
but anyway, hear me out. One of the
Okay.
articles that I found that we did not talk about, it probably didn't strike me as interesting enough at the time, but it was like albums turning 20 this year.
Oh,
And I pull this up and I look at it and it in my brain, guess whose album's turning 20 this year?
yeah, Cherry Monroe's record.
Your buddies. Yeah.
Yeah.
That blew my mind.
You know what? I just celebrated a
That
20
blew
year
my mind.
anniversary on a record of mine.
Yeah.
The
Which one?
Knives' first label release, Skin Flicks. It was re-released, re-released 20th anniversary version, and the same day that came out, the very first Knives record that was never released was finally released on all the platforms. So you can actually hear the very first Knives record, which is wild. It was produced by a guy named Rob Blasco. He goes by Blasco. Speaking of
Hmm.
Ozzy, he was Ozzy's bass
Bass
player.
player.
And then before that,
Zombie.
when he did our album, he was Zombie's bass player. And we did it on like this 8-track onto compact disc thing, and it was nuts. I recorded all the drum tracks with me and a click by memory. Isn't that crazy though? 20 years, Cherry Monroe. How does that make
So
you feel?
loud. It makes me feel so shitty, dude. Like so like not shitty. Like good question. Like mixed emotions of it. I'm proud of it. I'm happy that it happened, but like I'm bummed that
20 years goes
like
that fast.
I'm bummed 20 years goes that fast. I'm bummed that like we were kind of barely before the YouTube, like everything's on YouTube.
Right.
Everything's on YouTube. And
Yeah.
like that band we were very good live. But like I really wish that there was more documentation on that band because like me saying we were good. Oh, of course you're going to say that about your band, you know.
I can find one Knives video
Yeah.
online.
I wish my friends that hear me talk about that band that didn't know me at that time could like see what we did because it was cool.
Is there any
You
music
know,
videos that are on YouTube? Like, does Satellite have a music video?
we had a video for Satellites that Universal Records recorded that they own, so I can't find it anywhere. You know what? Talking about it, I'm gonna try to find it. If I can find it, I'll put it in the description because I remember they filmed it. We had a show in Youngstown, Ohio, and it was an 850 capacity venue, and we sold 1,300 tickets. How
How's
did you
that
do
even
that?
possible? Yeah.
Because there was a secondary room. This place had an arcade beside it, and they used it's a completely separate room. It's like down the hall, past the bathrooms, had nothing to do with where we were playing. But they used that in the capacity to sell more tickets. So the result was like, I mean, it was cool for me because I didn't have to deal with it. But my mom and dad were there. They were like, pain in the ass, dude. Like it was so crowded, but like packed. But that's cool. And they filmed that night. Universal Records filmed that night in the show there. And our manager told us that he was going to get us pyro. And I'm like, sweet. He got one of those little pop guns.
Oh, dude, that's
I was
not
like,
pyro.
you suck, dude.
I'm seeing more bands on the road like using pyro. Now, granted, it's usually at festivals. You're not seeing it in the club so much.
Yeah, you don't need it. With lighting, you don't need it as much
It's
anymore.
pretty cool though when you do see it. Like Massive Wagons, like they pull out like flash pots and shit, and it's like
Yeah.
it's just it definitely enhances like a festival show if you know you're playing at nighttime, I guess.
Yeah.
What other records came up on that 20-year list? Because I mean, like
Oh,
when
you
you
want to
think
talk about it?
about
I'll
it,
pull it up. Hang on.
yeah, like because like when you think about it, dude, do you realize how crazy it is that 2005 like literally seems like yesterday to me, and it is just mind-boggling to think that is like 21 years ago now. I heard on the radio yesterday on Sirius XM Hair Nation, look what the cat dragged in is 40 years old by Poison. That's insane.
Never got into Poison.
Whether you're into it or not, that's
shit about
legitimately
them.
classic rock. And to think that like bands like that are like classic rock bands now, it just doesn't register with my brain.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
okay, so this
you don't have to
article
read all
is
30 of them.
31. Do you? I don't want to read all
No,
31.
give me the top 10 and any that are you think are relevant.
Three Doors
after
Down.
That. What, a Kryptonite one?
Yeah, the Kryptonite one. All American Rejects, Move Along. That's 20 years old.
Do you know that their first
that's
tour,
wild because Audio Slave is 20 years old.
Their first tour, this is the weirdest thing. All American Rejects' first tour was opening for CKY.
Yeah. Avenged Sevenfold, City of Evil's 20 years old.
That's 20 years old.
That album came out like.
Well, do you know that? You know what that means then?
Right when ours did.
That means this coming year, this year that we're in right now, is the 20-year anniversary of Bullets and Octane in the Mouth of the Young. That's crazy.
There you have it.
That's crazy.
Shout out Gene Lewis.
Shout out.
Your album came out. That came out. Do you know when did that come out?
I want to say it came out in 06, but I know that the band toured that whole City of that whole tour
Evil.
with City of Evil tour with Avenged Sevenfold.
We got something in common, buddy. What else
That's
here?
nuts.
Coheed and Cambria, the 4 album. Disturbed. Not certain which one that the Dragon Force. Hey, we've had Dragon Force for 20 years, buddy.
They've been around for 20 years.
We've had Dragon Force for 20 years, buddy.
Wow. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Fall Out Boy. Foo Fighters, In Your Honor, 20 years old.
Which one's that?
Best of You's on it, and it's the double album, Foo Fighters double album.
Is that the one that has a down, that song, the one that they, you know that song?
Keep doing it. What song? Gojira.
That's so funny.
Yeah, as I scroll, they get a little bit less interesting.
Well, like which one? Give me some that I would know.
There's a Judas Priest album on here. It's like, of course, they've been around forever. Of course, they had an album 20 years ago.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
The stuff that's interesting. Oh, the Mars Volta. Yeah, I remember the Mars Volta, the Francis the Mute album.
What about
Queens of the Stone Age? Lullabies to Paralyze is 20 years.
Wow. No shit.
30 Seconds to Mars, A Beautiful Lie's 20 years old. This shit makes me feel so. Oh, here you go, buddy. Weezer, Beverly Hills album.
Well, something's even crazier. The Blue record just passed 30 years old.
Yeah. There's got White Stripes.
Okay, so this will lead me. It just is. None of them seem that old.
Yeah. Especially like Fall Out Boy and like All American Rejects. Like they don't strike me as 20 years old. It's wild.
They strike me as new bands still.
Yeah. That's a problem, dude. That's a problem. I'll say it again. We talk about rock music, There's no new bands, dude.
But there
It's
there
like
there
there's
are.
this.
Isn't this young
There,
blood
I know,
guy that that I hear
I
everybody
know.
talk about?
Hmm? Oh,
This
Youngblood's cool.
young blood guy.
I do like Youngblood, but he's been around for 10 years. He's been around since 2016, dude. He's not like he's new because
Were you
people
the
are
one who
hearing
told
about.
me that about the Sharon Osbourne thing? Was that you who was telling me that?
I don't know what was it.
Somebody was telling me the other day that basically when Ozzy died, they Sharon Osbourne just was like it's trying to like make Youngblood like the next Ozzy. Like
That's
he's been
cool. At
around
least
for
somebody's fighting for
he's been
music.
he's been around forever, and now it just we were talking about how like you really just need the right team in place. If you have the right team in place, then everything can fall in line like that.
Yeah, I do agree with you, bud.
It's just
But
what I
yeah, I
find
mean,
interesting.
he's been around for 10 years. He's a new artist, but and just let me say this thing, and then we'll go back to your interesting. There's like you have your legacy acts, and then you have your baby bands, and there's nothing in the middle.
So would Motley Crue be considered a legacy act at this point?
Yes, 100% legacy.
That's
Kiss,
crazy.
legacy act. Guns N' Roses, legacy act. Metallica, legacy act.
It's
I would say
crazy.
Gojira, legacy act. I would say
Okay, well then
Nickelback, legacy act.
what about bands like Dirty Honey? That's a rock band. The Greta Van Fleet. You know, what about those bands?
There's a couple that I think you could dispute my argument towards Grit, but Greta Van
There,
Fleet's been around for 10 years, dude. Those
it's safe to say this. It's safe to say that when you're talking about the legacy bands came at a time where rock music dominated. It was the domination, which is
Mhm.
probably what
Yeah, it's
contributed to them
valid.
being able to be a legacy band. Is that they were
Well,
just so big at the time that it carried over. So now,
they had support to grow.
sure, but now there are rock bands, hence my band, your band, many other rock bands out there. But the thing is, the music we play, or at least in this country and in a lot of countries, I would say there's certain countries that like, you know, I would venture to say there are countries on the planet where rock still rules. But for the most part, rock is what every other kind of music was when rock was king.
Yeah.
We just don't hear about them as much, which is unfortunate
Are
because
we pushing for the wrong thing, perhaps?
what do you mean?
You know? Like, are we wanting rock music to do its thing again because like we're not evolving with the current what's out there? I'm just being
I
devil's
guess
advocate.
I guess what's weird is if you ever notice things always go in a cycle, right? And usually like glam metal burned itself out, it created grunge, grunge burned itself out, it created that whatever that early 2000s you would call it, you know, and at some point
Rap
along the
rock.
way, rap rock started it, but then it turned into like the Fallout Boys and like the screamo bands and things like that.
Mhm.
But somewhere along the way, the hip hop took control of the masses,
Yeah.
and then that was the masses. Like I'll like, and it still happens. You know, I have nothing against hip hop. I actually like a lot of hip hop, but I also realize that the hip hop that I like is probably not considered classic hip hop. You know,
Like
it's just
same
I'll
thing.
hear stuff now, and I've always been a guy who likes a good hook, a good melody, right? So I hear some of this hip hop, and I'm like, this straight up sounds like everything else. Now, it made me think that somebody who would have listened to rock music who wasn't a big rock fan back in the day might have thought the same thing about the stuff we were listening to.
Yeah. I watched Becoming
Sorry to
Led
go on such
Zeppelin.
a
No,
long tangent.
I love your tangents, buddy, and I'm having fun. This is a
Thanks.
long overdue podcast.
Yeah, long
Welcome
overdue.
back. Welcome
Thanks, you
back,
too.
friends. If you're hearing my voice,
Welcome
I'm
back.
grateful that you're listening right now.
Right.
And sales pitch over. I was watching that on Netflix, Becoming Led Zeppelin. Did you watch that at all?
I haven't watched it, and
So I was unaware of their timeline. They put out Led Zeppelin 1 in August of 1969. They went on tour. While they were on tour, they recorded Led Zeppelin 2. They put out Led Zeppelin 2 in April of 70.
so when did the first one come in?
By that summer, I will recap. I will
Okay.
recap. By that summer, they were the biggest band in the world. So what they did was in 9 months, put out two albums and became the biggest band in the world.
Where did they record the second one?
Well, they did a tour of America, so they recorded Led Zeppelin 2 in various like spots whilst on tour in America.
You just used an English word. You said whilst, which is how they use the word while.
Yeah, it's a good word. I have good words, Johnny.
No, that's interesting.
Catch
I
up.
would have never known that word unless I didn't
Mhm.
communicate with people from England.
Yeah,
Whilst.
yeah. You want to hear another good word?
When we say while, they say whilst, which is like
Yeah.
I knew what you meant,
You want me
but
to give you
I
another
would
one?
have not. Yeah, sure, go ahead.
I say betwixt.
You wanna have a Twix?
I say betwixt. If I'm stuck betwixt you and a hard place,
You lost me on that one. I'm just thinking of the candy Twix.
yeah, betwixt means between.
Betwixt.
I got to look that up. Does betwixt mean between?
I don't know.
Uh,
I think you might be
be
talking out of your ass right now.
Betwixt. 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 Yeah, between two things. Nailed it. Nailed it. Anyway, buddy, good catching up.
Well,
Good
yeah.
catching up. Good catching up. Fun
I was
podcast.
I was going to say though,
Let's
if
wrap
I
it up.
well, I never got to say my interesting point. You told me we could come back to that, so I wanted to come back to that. What's the rush? We just got back. You're having fun. All
Yeah,
of a
say
sudden,
your.
this is how it goes. I'm having fun. This is great. Let's keep doing this. All right, let's wrap it up.
It's what I do, dude. It's what I do. Got shit to do.
That's why we got to do this in person.
What were you gonna say?
because-
You were gonna say. What were you gonna say?
Well,
What were you gonna
I
say?
just find it interesting. Tommy 9 times over there. What are you going to say? What are you going to say? What are you going to say? What are
I'm
you
gonna go
going
get
to
the
say?
papers. Get the
What are you
papers.
going
I'm
to
gonna
say?
go get the paper.
You know
I'm
what's
gonna
funny?
go get the papers.
I was talking to my friend Gina the other day, and she literally did that. Like she repeated herself twice. I'm like,
Shout out Gina.
Tommy 2 times. Fucking hilarious.
Your point.
I just find it interesting that like okay, when you're younger, you're like in high school or you're 0 to graduating high school, okay? Getting to 16 just to get your driver's license seems like it takes forever, okay?
Agreed.
Then after you're 16, your next real milestone is 21 so you can get into a bar.
18.
What, so you can vote? Who gives a shit? Nobody really cares.
You can get
I mean,
arrested
maybe-
for getting in, you can get arrested for getting in a fight.
All right, for those who fight, I don't never understood that one. But then it's something happens at a certain age that all of a sudden this shit starts moving fast. And the fact that like 20 years, like think about that. Somebody who's 21 who goes to a bar right now, when that Cherry Monroe record came out, they were a year old.
Thank you for
That's
that.
well, no, but I'm in the same category. I'm just trying to prove my point to you on how fascinating to me it is that the older we get, the quicker the years go. And that when you're young, it seems like it takes forever. Just like, oh, we got 3 months vacation for summer, like for school, right? That seemed like
It
the
felt
longest
so
3 months
long.
ever. So
Yeah, it was
long.
like-
I was on tour for 3 months. Like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 2025, like that. So I guess the point I'm saying is it does freak me out that you can't slow it down. It's just the moral of my point, I guess.
Yeah. No,
It does freak me out quite a bit. When they say life is short and
It
you're
is.
like, it is. And when you're young and you hear like an older person say that, you're like, yeah. But then before you know it, you're like, you know what? Like seriously, life is short. It's short. And
because it's
crazy.
fun, and I want to continue doing the things, and your body doesn't. I'm still young as shit. And I'm still healthy, and I go for runs, and I'm in good shape. And
I mean,
don't know
we're
why
lucky.
I'm patting myself on the back, but
we still play. We
like
still play rock and roll, and that in itself keeps us youthful. You know, I mean, I'm a true believer of that. Like I see people that I've graduated with, and like, you know, granted they've had different things in their lives, kids, mortgages, things like that I don't have. But I mean, I don't feel like that. Like I still feel like I'm a teenager playing in a band. So that's why when the getting older thing happens, I find it to be, pardon my French, a mind F word. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like it definitely, it's just kind of crazy because I don't feel that age. I just go around all over the place playing rock and roll, man. Like nothing's changed. So it's sort of like people have life changes. I guess you have
There
kids
has
and
to
your
be
kids get
a
older, then they graduate high school, then they go to college, then you become grandparents, and then some of them become great grandparents, which by the way, a great grandparent is a crazy concept to me. It's like nuts.
there has to
Um,
be a correlation betwixt. See what it is there? There has to be a correlation between filling your days with activities that you enjoy and like youth.
I read an article with a lady who was like 104 years old,
Yeah.
not so long ago. And there's a picture of her, and like she didn't look seriously, she looked 80. You would have
Yeah.
never known she was 104. And her deal is like, I own an antique shop and I still get up every day. I'm completely healthy and I go to work every day. And I think when people have a purpose, they kind of like live. I think
You need a
there's some
purpose.
things.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I'll say this. As much as I think I'd probably be a cool dad if I ever had kids, it's probably a good thing that I don't because I worry about everything in life. And I'd imagine that a lot of stress that people feel going through life is that worry about like just having children, like are my kids safe? Are they okay? Just like all of that must like that would drive me up the wall. Like I'm like just out of worry. I don't even know what I'm talking about right now, but I'll shut
I
up.
think I think you'd be a good dad.
Yeah,
You have
I would like to think so.
I'm gonna we haven't done this.
I have low
hold
patience.
Hold on. We haven't done this podcast in 6 months.
Yeah.
And
I'm not the one rushing off. You are.
I would like to wrap this up, but I'm going to wrap it up with a compliment.
Okay.
You have a good heart. You're an intelligent man.
Thanks.
I think you have a level of care in you that you would not be a neglectful father. I know you wouldn't.
But you think I'd be an overworried father, perhaps, maybe?
Who isn't?
I don't know. My parents were.
I have a niece. I have a niece, and I worry about her like she's my daughter. I couldn't imagine what a child would make my brain do.
Yeah.
Worrying doesn't make you a bad parent. I think you have a lot of qualities that would make you a wonderful father.
Oh, thank you, Ryan.
And
you too.
That leads me to, before we get out of here, would you be my daddy?
That's good.
That was a professional ending. That was a professional ending. I would like to thank everybody.
And I'm coughing, and it's not even the weed vape.
If you're new to this podcast, because the past 6 months of our hiatus has caused an influx of new people, I don't know. My buddy Johnny likes to cough and make noise.
Yeah, I'm also known as the interrupter. But everybody, thank you for joining us on episode 123. It's nice to be back, and we won't make. We're not going to wait 6 months to do another one. We're going to get back onto our regular schedule with this. We're going to try to, like I said, we're going to try to revamp and do some new stuff, and it might take us a little while to get to that. But when we do, it'll be cool. So it's been great to see everybody again. Hello, have a great. Last time I said, I probably told people to have a great week. And I probably should have said, have a great half a year. But
you could wrap it up now. You could just
all right.
wrap it
Goodbye,
up.
everybody. We love you.
See ya.
See you later.